The SHOT Show 2026 floor hit a new gear fever. Micro compacts gone serious, carry guns reimagined from the chassis up, and competition blades borrowing tricks from race pistols. Stroll the aisles and you can feel the shift. Designers actually solving carry annoyances, budget brands sneaking in surprisingly crisp triggers, and manufacturers squeezing real capability into smaller packages. This run pulls the knives out on the most consequential carry and duty sidearms on the floor. The ones that make you rethink what every day should feel like when the shot counts. Smash that like button and follow Survival Gear Armory if you want the rest. This first run covers the carry and duty sidearms that mattered at the show. 6 pistols that either fix a complaint, stretch a capability, or change how you think about everyday carry. Tisas PX9 Carry. Tisas didn't come to play, they came to compete. The PX9 Carry Gen 3 is squarely aimed at the person who wants a modern 9mm carry pistol without paying the brand tax. It uses a 3.5-inch button-rifled barrel, an optics-ready slide cut for popular RMR footprints, a Picatinny dust cover rail, interchangeable back straps, and forward-rear slide serrations. MSRP sits under $370 in the notes, price positioning that matters. It's taking features that used to live on more expensive handguns, optics cut, ergonomics, decent trigger, and putting them where your wallet can reach. That front fiber optic sight, plus the RMR footprint, gives you a real carry setup out of the box. Red dot, good sight picture, and a short sight radius that still points well, thanks to the fiber front. For a sub-$370 gun, a clean, acceptable trigger changes the value equation for training and carry. The lack of an ambidextrous slide stop is a small omission for most users, but worth noting if you're left-handed or run magazine changes under stress drills. If you train a lot and don't want to pay premium for features, the PX9 is an efficient trade-off. It's a tool you can put rounds through without feeling like you shortened yourself, and it's easy to see why a shooter would consider it as a main carry or a solid backup for specific roles. Range gun that doubles as a budget duty option. For anyone tuning a loadout on a tight budget, this gun deserves hands-on time. Shadow Systems CR920XO. Shadow Systems took a micro and made it more purposeful. The CR920XL is the stretched variant of the CR920 family, a longer 4.8-inch match-grade barrel versus the original's SHAR 3.41-, and a longer slide. That extra length buys you ballistic performance, a longer sight radius, and a smoother sight picture. All the things that help accuracy, especially under follow-ups. The CR920XL still fits within many G43X holsters and keeps its micro-compact identity, but it pushes the compromise point toward shootability over ultimate concealment. The CR920XL's 15+1 flush-fit magazine capacity. That capacity in a micro-compact is unusual and meaningful. It changes how the gun is carried and how much confidence you bring to a high-stress event. Barrel finishes include black nitride or a bronze titanium carbon nitride coating, aesthetic choices for those who care about finish durability and the way a pistol looks in a collection. If your priority is practice and accuracy without sacrificing the carry footprint, the CR920XL is a rare sweet spot. You gain muzzle velocity, better sight radius, and a match barrel without stepping into a full-size platform. For shooters who find themselves toggling between appendix carry and concealment holsters, the CR920XL lets you make more useful hits on target at common defensive distances. It's also a good example of the modern trend, manufacturers squeezing more capacity and capability from tiny frames. Hands-on note, expect slightly different recoil impulse and timing than the shorter CR920. Longer barrels change the balance, but for many shooters that trade is worth the improved control and point of impact stability when the rounds start stacking. Springfield Armory Echelon 4.0 C-Comp. Springfield amplified what made the Echelon popular and added features that push it into a next-level pack. The Echelon 4.0 C-Comp's headline feature is the discrete single-port integral compensator that reduces muzzle rise while keeping your front sight usable. Springfield intentionally placed the front sight behind the comp so your sight picture isn't ruined by the compensator's ports. The pistol uses a variable interface optics system, no plates required, and ships with a self-contained serialized stainless chassis plus interchangeable grip modules. It ships with a small grip and 3 back straps, a soft handgun case, and a 15-round flush mag, plus an 18-round extended mag. MSRP around $750 positions it as a premium but reasonable competition-oriented carry pistol. The integral comp gives you flatter shots and faster follow-ups without the fiddly bits that sometimes come with threaded barrels and add-on comps. Combined chassis, modularity, and the comp make the Echelon 4.0 C-Comp a do-everything platform. Want a carry gun that's also dinner plate accurate for IDP-style drills or local comps? This is closer to that. Want a red dot first carry pistol with less muzzle flip? This is optimized for that too. The modular grip lets you tailor feel without swapping the whole firearm, which is a convenience few carry pistols truly offer. Practical note, the integrated comp keeps the gun shorter than a barrel with an attached compensator and maintains reliability. If you're chopping your training between practical matches and EDC duties, the Echelon balances both worlds without forcing you into a single compromise. SIGEG P320 MOD. SIG's P320 MOD walks a careful line, an off-duty sidearm that borrows competition DNA. Built on a lightweight polymer X-Series grip module with Hogue Raptor adhesive grip tape, the P320 MOD brings a 3.9-inch barrel paired to a 2-port integrated compensator for a flatter, more controllable shot. It ships optics-ready with a pro-cut slide and includes a Romeo X enclosed red dot, plus X-ray 3-day night sights with a tritium front. A Springer Precision extended magazine catch for faster reloads, removable magwell, grip weight for balance, and a crisp, low-profile flat face, trigger reminiscent of the P320 Max. SIG kept the design reliable and simpler than some competition conversions by integrating the comp into the slide rather than bolting on add-ons. Why the MOD matters. For off-duty or concealed carry officers and serious civilians who want competition capability without turning their carry gun into a full race gun, the P320 MOD is notable. The red dot included from the factory means you're carrying a true optic platform, and the integrated comp keeps muzzle rise down for fast follow-ups in close encounters. Hands-on perspective. SIG managed to make the MOD feel less like a Franken-race pistol and more like a considered evolution of the P320 line. Lighter grip module for carry, competition internals for performance. It's the kind of pistol you can train on, carry, and not feel like you left performance at home. Smith & Wesson Shield X. Smith & Wesson evolved the Shield into the Shield X by focusing on grip ergonomics and practical carry features. The Shield X adds a deep beaver tail cut for a higher purchase and lower bore axis, improved grip texture that's aggressive but not abrasive, front slide serrations, and an integrated front rail. It's optics ready with an RMSC footprint and includes a side cut that diverts gases away from the red dot glass, a subtle engineering detail that protects the optic. Flush fit 13-round mags with an 15-round extended mag included. Also available in 10-round compliant models. The Shield X trades a bit of the Shield's ultra-compact footprint for better control and handling, which many shooters prefer. Iron sights are metal with a bright green tritium front, practical for low-light work. The Shield X represents the grown-up carry choice. Rather than chasing pocketable smallness, it gives you better ergonomics and an easier-to-shoot platform while remaining concealable. For daily carry, that extra purchase and lower bore axis translate to less muzzle flip and quicker, more confident follow-ups. Practical recommendation. If you've felt your current subcompact is too snappy or too small to index reliably, the Shield X is the kind of evolutionary step that keeps concealability but adds controllability. For routine carry and serious everyday readiness, this is a solid option. Retay Arms RXP22. Not everything at shot needs to be centerfire. Retay Arms RXP22 is a rimfire semi-auto pistol designed to be a practical trainer and range workhorse. Threaded 4-inch chrome-finished AIS 4140 barrel, slide drilled and tapped for RMR RMSC optics with a universal mounting plate, 7075 aluminum frame with a polymer lower, and weighted magazines for reliable, fast drops. The RXP22 is hammer-fired, capable of single action and double action, and offers mag capacities in 10, 13, and 18 rounds. Why the RXP22 matters. Rimfire trainers let you stack reps without bleeding your budget on centerfire ammo. But to be a true trainer, the gun needs durability and ergonomics that mimic your duty or carry pistol. The RXP22's threaded barrel, optics readiness, and solid construction make it more than a toy. It's a practical stand-in for carry work. The availability of multiple magazine capacities and the inclusion of a manual safety on the frame also means it can be tuned to your training preferences. Real-world logic. If you want to practice draws, reloads, and red dot transitions while saving on ammo and reducing recoil fatigue, a pistol like the RXP22 is a legitimate tool. It's a way to keep muscle memory honest without burning through expensive centerfire rounds, and the threaded barrel and optic cut mean what you practice on the rimfire can translate directly to your main carry gun. Part 2. We dig into the PCCs and compact rifles that matter, the budget trainers, the folding gimmicks that actually help, and the upgraded ARV packages that make 9mm carbines feel like a whole different category. Smith & Wesson M&P FPC 22 LR. Smith & Wesson's folding pistol caliber carbine concept already solves a problem. Low-cost, high-volume training that transfers to centerfire pistols. The rimfire FPC keeps that promise by matching the centerfire dimensions. Optics-ready, top Picatinny rail, M-lock-style slots on the handguard,
a 16.25-inch threaded barrel,
and the same interchangeable backstraps and magazine interface used on the M&P compact family. That means you can drill reloads, draws, and sight transitions on a rifle that shares manual of arms with your duty EDC pistol. Mechanically, the FPC trades centerfire recoil for cheap rimfire reps without forcing a different grip, release, or cheek position. It even accepts the M&P 22x20 round magazines and ships with 2 spares in the on-stock carrier, a clear nod to realistic transition training. For shooters who chase muscle memory, the FPC is not a novelty. It's a training tool that reduces ammo cost per rep while preserving real-world ergonomics. Range logic. If you run high round counts and want shooting mechanics to transfer directly to your 9mm pistol, the FPC is one of the most efficient investments you can make. Expect slower muzzle rise, easier follow-ups, and the ability to stack reps until fundamentals become reflex. Bottom line, it's a rimfire that behaves like a practical extension of your pistol, not a standalone toy. Palmetto State Armory ARV. The original ARV carved out a sweet spot, an affordable, fun PCC platform for folks who wanted a compact 9mm AR without premium pricing. Palmetto's baseline ARV made magazine compatibility, reasonable ergonomics, and simple reliability the priorities. A straightforward tool for training, plinking, and close quarters work. The ARV was already a fun, affordable PCC, meaning it served its role as an accessible entry point to the platform. An affordable ARV lets you outfit multiple shooters, test parts compatibility, and train with realistic magazines without breaking the bank. For teams, instructors, or households that want a practical 9mm carbine to teach from or to run suppressed in short-range drills, the ARV was the logical place to start, especially where 9mm logistics, magazines, mags, and ammo are already part of the ecosystem. Tactical takeaways. Treat the baseline ARV as a training chassis and parts test bed. Its value isn't headline features. It's being inexpensive enough that you can mod, run, and not worry about cosmetic dings. For shooters who want to experiment with buffer systems, rail layouts, or optic setups, the ARV is the practical canvas. This final run digs into the specialty rigs and big boy toys that matter when your mission isn't conceal and carry, but one hard accurate hit, or a true scout rifle that gets the job done. Thompson TC Encore. Thompson Center's Encore family is a study in purposeful simplicity, single-shot, break-action pistols that let you chamber practically anything short of a cannon and still expect rifle-grade accuracy. The 50 Alaskan Encore takes that idea and turns it into a statement. Heavy 15-inch barrel, bright metal finish, TC muzzle brake, and paired with a 2.57x handgun scope, a package that's built for heavy bullets and big game at sensible pistol ranges. The Encore's mechanical heritage, break action, rebounding hammer, and a simple ejector that pushes cases up for hand removal, keeps maintenance trivial and function brutally reliable. The Encore converts the energy budget of a hunting rifle into a handheld package that's satisfying and practical for specific tasks: bear defense at close ranges, big game hunting with a handgun, or exotic rounds for handgun competitions. The single-shot format forces fundamentals: brace, cheek weld, stable rest. And the Encore rewards that with surprisingly repeatable groups. If you're used to semi-autos, the Encore will humble you. If you appreciate deliberate accuracy and big bore bite, it makes perfect sense. Hands-on tip. Use a solid rest or folding bipod and treat the gun like a small rifle for best results. The muzzle brake helps a lot, but the shooter who succeeds here is the one who takes time to shoot from position and respects the recoil impulse. For a shooter who wants one-shot, one-kill capability without the logistics of a rifle, the Encore 50 Alaskan is a direct answer. Smith & Wesson 940.
Resurrecting a discontinued wheel gun is always a gamble, but Smith & Wesson's modern 940 reboot is a neat, practical marriage of old-school revolver logic and modern defensive ammunition trends.
The snub-nosed 940 stainless construction,
2.17-inch barrel, fully internal hammer,
and the operational reality of moon clips for rimless 9mm ammunition. That last bit is crucial. Moon clips let a snub-nosed revolver handle high-pressure defensive 9mm loads while offering fast extraction and reload capability that used to be the exclusive domain of autoloaders. 9mm defensive ammo selection is broader than ever, and a modern snub-nosed wheel gun that embraces moon clips gives you access to that catalog without the feeding headaches of rimmed revolver cartridges. The new 940 ships with 3 moon clips and avoids some modern revolver pitfalls. No internal locks, light enough for carry, heavy enough to tame recoil. For those who like the mechanical simplicity and tactile control of a revolver, but want to shoot modern 9mm defensive rounds, the 940 is a tidy compromise. Carry logic. Moon clips are a skill to learn, but once mastered, they give very fast reloads and positive extraction. The 940 is for shooters who value revolver reliability and a simple manual of arms while still leveraging the ballistic advances of contemporary 9mm loads. Savage 110 Magpul Scout. Savage's update to the 110 Scout platform is a clear nod to practical hunters and shooters who want a Scout-style rifle that's ready from the factory. Changes like a Magpul hunter stock, an aluminum bedding block that isolates the action, an extended Scout-length Picatinny rail for long eye-relief scopes, an adjustable length of pull and comb, and an ACS-style, detachable box magazine in most calibers. The AQU triggers 1.54 kb, adjustability, and a factory blue Bluetooth action show how Savage is dialing real-world, shootable performance into a lightweight, carryable package. Why a Scout rifle? The Scout concept is about versatility and simplicity. A light, handy rifle with a forward-mounted optic and fast handling for hunting and general field duties. Savage's approach adds modern modularity, adjustable ergonomics, free-floating barrels, and detachable magazines, which improve follow-up shot speed and reload practicality without losing the Scout ethos. Practical tip: the extended Picatinny and long eye relief optics let you mount low-power, fast acquisition optics that keep your head up and your sight picture wide. For woods work, mid-range hunting, or travel kits where you want a performance rifle, but not a full-size rig, this updated 110 is a sensible ergonomic tool. SHOT Show 2026 didn't just flex innovation, it reminded shooters why evolution never stops. Every booth told the same story in a different accent. Better triggers, smarter ergonomics, faster sight pictures, and platforms that actually respect how people carry, train, and fight today. Whether you lean toward the budget workhorses, the refined duty guns, or the outrageous single-shot beasts, each of these releases carries a shared message. Function wins. The gimmicks fade, but a well-built tool that runs clean and hits true will outlast trends, hashtags, and hype cycles. The takeaway? Train with what you trust, test everything else, and build a setup that works when conditions turn ugly. Gear won't save you, but the right kit, understood, maintained, and mastered, can give you the edge when the lights flicker. Smash that like button, share this with your range buddies, and subscribe to Survival Gear Armory, because the next drop is going to hit even harder.